What's up, you guys? It's Steve here with some unemployment news. This is your unemployment update on the unemployment extension of PUA, PEUC, and that $300 per week boost. And what we've heard in the past couple days is that everything could be changing. We're hearing that in several states they're announcing that unemployment extensions could be coming to an end here very quickly. So in today's video, I'm going to let you know what's happening, why it's happening, and how quickly we could see this take place. And be sure to stick around to the end because I'm going to let you know some of the things I think you might want to do and take into consideration because all these transitions are happening very quickly. And I noticed this roughly about a week or so ago, but I wasn't quite sure. As you guys might have noticed, some of the style and the content here on the channel has been changing, and that's because the purpose of my channel is to help you out with money. And I do see things are changing. So I want to get you caught up on the latest as to what I'm seeing and what we're hearing regarding the latest with unemployment. Alright, so first let's discuss what's going to be ending and where, because not all unemployment programs are ending and not everywhere. But first, if you could do me a favor, don't forget to hit the like button if you like talking about money and economic news, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. So just to clarify, prior to the pandemic, there was regular state unemployment benefits known as UI or unemployment insurance. And if you were a regular W-2 worker and you became unemployed, you were eligible to collect this, and it varied state to state. Like here in California, you would get Cal EDD for 26 weeks, and the amount and the duration varied upon your state. Well, when the pandemic struck, literally tens of millions of people lost their jobs overnight, many of which were not eligible for unemployment. So the federal government stepped in and they created 3 new programs. And these new programs are the ones that could be coming to an end here very soon. But the state programs are still in place, which is UI. And some states still even have EB, which is extended benefits, but many have seen an end to that as well. So the federal programs that were added that we could be seeing end here very soon, the first was PUA. PUA expanded eligibility so that way the self-employed, gig workers, business owners who normally were not eligible for unemployment, they could collect federal unemployment. So that was the first one. The second one was PEUC because nobody knew how long this was going to last, this pandemic, so that would add on additional weeks after your unemployment program came to an end. And then the last was FPUC. Now at the time, back in March of 2020, it provided an additional $600 per week on top of your unemployment benefits. Now this has been modified several times. Currently, it's $300 per week, and we're hearing that these 3 programs, they could be coming to an end here permanently. So what's sparking this sudden cause of these unemployment benefits going away when we heard that these were supposed to go out till September 6th of 2021? Well, on Friday, we received a word from the Chamber of Commerce, and that was that the Labor Department said that the U.S. employers added just 266,000 jobs last month, which was a big drop and well below the nearly 1 million jobs economists were expecting. Now, here's a quote we got from the Chamber of Commerce that says, "The disappointing jobs report makes it clear that paying people not to work is dampening what should be a strong jobs market." Now, we need a comprehensive approach to dealing with our workforce issues and the very real threat unfulfilled positions pose to our economic recovery from the pandemic. So what we're hearing is they're saying that they believe that right now things are improving and we should see more jobs added to our economy. However, they're saying that they believe that the federal programs that are in place to expand and extend and add to unemployment are hindering the potential growth and not incentivizing people to go out and look for work. So they are calling for it to come to a sudden and abrupt end. Now, in addition to that, we also heard that there are several governors that agree with this. And we heard from Montana and South Carolina who said they're going to be bringing these programs to an end in their state. And just yesterday, we also heard that Arkansas is going to be added to that list. And what we're hearing is that several other states could follow suit as well and put an end to these federal programs to encourage people, saying you need to go out and get a job because we're going to be ending these programs and we need to move on. And South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster said on Thursday what was intended to be a short-term financial assistance for the vulnerable and displaced during the height of the pandemic has turned into a dangerous federal entitlement, incentivizing and paying workers to stay at home rather than encouraging them to return to the workplace. Now, for these states, they're going to be putting an end to their federal unemployment programs. What we're hearing is they want to do this in the last week of June. So if you're in one of those states or one of your states follows suit, that is likely when we'll see it come to an end. Now, the current extension is set to end September 6th, so they're pretty much cutting it off by a little bit over a month. Now, as I mentioned, not all states are doing this, and not everybody agrees either, as we've heard from the Economic Policy Institute, which had this to say: it will cause enormous suffering for those whose benefits are cut off and damage state economies by turning away federal money that is providing fiscal support. Now, what we're hearing is that more than 150,000 people in Montana and South Carolina are set to lose their benefits, and we're hearing that many, many more could follow as states follow suit as well. Now, what we're hearing is that this is primarily being pushed in conservative Republican states that are saying it's time that we get back to work. Things are improving, and we don't want to decentivize people from getting back out into the workforce and bolstering the economy. We want to get them back out there, so we want to put an end to these federal programs. And the state of Montana has actually said they want to take that money and provide back to work incentives and say that they'll give people $1,200 if they go back to work. So far, Montana's the only one that's offered this, but what we're hearing is that these conservative states are saying they want to get people back into the workforce. So just to clarify though, then if you are in a Democratic, say liberal state like California or New York, it's unlikely you're going to see these programs come to an end before September 6th, and there'll probably be amongst those, they're going to push to extend this out further. Now the question is, now that all this is starting to take place, things are starting to improve, the vaccines are rolling out, unemployment overall has dropped down to 6.1%. Will we see this continue out further? We know that Democrats in Congress, they are pushing for that, but Republicans have pretty much taken the stance that it needs to come to an end. We need to open up, and the job market needs to start bolstering once again, and they're saying that having these programs does not incentivize people to go back to work. All right, so with all that being said, let's have a little heart-to-heart here. So normally I don't like to give my opinion, I just like to give you guys the facts, but I feel like I'm seeing something taking place, and I just want to make sure that you guys are prepared. The purpose of this channel is helping you guys out. So I noticed about a week or so ago that information on unemployment and news coming out from Congress started to slow, and the articles I was seeing come out were starting to be a little bit repetitive, and sometimes they were just simply updating old news reports. And in addition to that, I've been checking the trends, seeing what's happening, and I'm seeing that it's starting to decline, which is making me feel like we are starting to go slightly, potentially, into a transition. Now, I'm not saying things are done. Things could change tomorrow. But what I'm seeing is, I want you guys to prepare for this, is that there is a possibility that all of these programs and provisions that they're providing, they could be starting to get pushed off of the forefront towards the back burner and become less of a priority. Starting to hear a lot of the leaders that have been pushing for this speaking less and less of it. Now, I will be sure to keep you guys up to date. You know, the purpose of this channel is just to provide you with help, but I have been noticing that things are changing. So I, in turn, am also starting to provide other forms of content to help provide additional support for money. So right now, some of the things that are exploding are cryptocurrencies. A lot of people are making a lot of money off of that. Also, providing other videos, and the reason why I shifted and pivoted my content into this is because, as you guys know, I was in this exact same position in the last recession where I lost my job and I lost everything. And I am now providing content to help you guys see what are some of the things that I did to help myself in those situations when government programs were no longer available. So you guys, I just wanted to let you know that this potentially could be coming to an end. I don't know, but if it does come to an end, you're going to have to start getting creative and aggressive with some other ways to help provide. And I know that's not what you want to hear, but I just want to tell you the truth here on the channel and make sure that you're aware of what's taking place. So with that being said, you guys, as I mentioned, right now there are currently only 3 states that have confirmed that they're going to be bringing this to an end here early, and it's going to be the last week of June. So you know now, you're prepared for that, and also it's more likely that more Democratic states will continue this out till September 6th. But of course, once again, as more information rolls out, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel. And if you guys like and appreciate that, don't forget to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date, turn on the notification bell so you're notified right away. Follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. Get 2 free stocks or some free crypto with the links in the description below. And consider following me in the Patreon group to get exclusive access to me and the latest that I'm doing in the stock market and with cryptos. And with that being said, you guys, I hope this reaches you well. Hope you have a blessed Mother's Day. I will catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.